Hi, I just wanted to share an idea that I came up with other fellow crafters. I watched a couple of tutorials on YouTube and on Instructables.com about how to work with the soda cans to make different things, like decorations for your yard and stuff, where people have made flowers out of cutting the cans apart and making patterns and gluing them together to make sunflowers and stuff like that. Anyway, they were using alcohol inks and permanent markers to color the metallic parts of the can. And I tried that, but your markers, they dry out really fast. I didn't have any alcohol inks. And then I wondered also about how well they would hold up outside in the weather, in the sun and stuff, because I live in Florida. And I thought there's got to be a better way of making a clear ink, because I wanted the metallic look to stay with it once it was finished, so that it would be a clear stain type of a paint, to where the color could, the metal would show through the color like a tint, and the same way the permanent markers worked. So anyway, this is what I came up with. This is Rust-Oleum's polyurethane, but this is the water cleanup one. So you don't have to worry about it being, having to use, paint thinner and stuff like that to clean it up. And the good thing about it is that it acts kind of like an acrylic paint, and that you can add water to it and stuff like that. So I'm thinking, if it's clean up with water, then why not be able to add color to it? Okay, so I didn't have any watercolors, but you could use those, I would think, like the gel watercolors. But what I did use is regular old food coloring, and it works really well, actually. And once it's contained inside of this polyurethane and you paint it on, it doesn't come off anymore. So it works really well. I'm going to show you how I did it. Okay. I just used a regular spoon because you can clean it up with water afterwards. Anyway, and you got to get some out of the can. And as you see, when it comes out, it's milky looking, but don't let that worry you, because once this stuff dries, it dries clear. Okay. And I'm making some extra green because when I first made my green up, I didn't make a lot of it. And I thought, well, since I'm showing you, I might as well make a little more, enough for me to use. And what I do is, when I get finished doing this, I just stick my spoon right into my water that I rinse my brushes and stuff into, because it keeps it from hardening. Because once it gets hard, it's just like any other polyurethane. It's pretty, washable, durable, and everything else. So anyway, you can drop in as much of the color as you want. Just remember, you can always test it and see how dark it's going to be. And if you need it darker, add more. And I used to use either a paintbrush or like this popsicle stick here. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. To stir it. See how it's getting really pretty color? Now, when you paint it on, because it's clear, see, your food coloring is made to be a clear thing, so you can see through it like this. That's why they use it to dye Easter eggs and stuff, because you drop it in water and it makes a clear dye. Okay, now what I wanted to show you is, all right, this is a piece of tin can that I cut out just for a sample. Now, I found that if you just paint this by itself onto the tin, it has a tendency to not want to stick. It like wants to separate and stuff like that. But here's a little trick. This is Krylon's Matte Finish Clear Acrylic Spray. And you can either use this is kind of expensive, but I have seen like store brand sprays in the matte finish too. Or you probably could even use a satin, but I think the matte actually works better for making this color stick. Now, I'm not going to be able to do this really. Let me see if I can do it under here. I don't want to make a mess on my computer desk, but let's see. You don't need much. Just like that. Just a little spray. And it dries pretty fast. And if you do it outside, you just really need a quick little spray of it. You don't need to like really heavily coat it or anything. As soon as it dries here, I'll be able to show you how it works. What did I do with my paintbrush? Let's see. Did I bring the paintbrush in? I don't think so. Let me get another paintbrush over here while it's drying. Okay, this is not the best paintbrush, but anyway, it'll work. If you're gonna do this, it's get one of those cheap paintbrushes that's really soft because it blends the color without making streaks in it. Let me see if that's done. Yeah, it's dry. Okay, see when you put it on here, I don't know if you can tell the difference. It makes it like a matte finish. You can see where this side where it is shiny yet. But when you paint over it with your paint, this is a gloss. This, I don't know if you can read that or not, but this is the gloss polyurethane. And watch. You see how nice. See, you can thin it out, and you can go like this. Like I said, this paintbrush is a stiff fiber brush, but if you have a nice soft brush, it really does a good job of painting on it. And when it dries, it's very nice finish. You can see the metallic look through it and all. It looks really pretty. I'm going to show you a finished piece. The only reason why I'm going over this so many times is because this stupid brush is not a good fiber brush. But see that? You can actually still see a little bit of that in there. Now, once that dries, I'm going to show you one that's finished. Let me move this stuff out of the way so I don't spill it. And, oh, and another thing you can do is once you've made that up, like this amount here, I take these like sample bottles that you get from like when you go on trips and they put little sample bottles in the room for you, you know, in a hotel room or motel room. And I just rinse them out, save them and rinse them out, and they really work good for like holding stuff like this. So I'll just pour that in to make that one finished. But this is what I'll show you then. You see that? This is one that I did with the red. And you can see the metallic look really good through it. And there's the green. See how nice you can see the metallic look? It just stains it, and it, you know, because it's a polyurethane, when it's dry, it's, you know, impervious to water and everything, and it worked great. Really worked great. I'm real happy with how it turned out. And like you could even do your outlining, like make one green lighter and then add a little more stronger color to it and use a thinner brush to do your outlining and stuff like that. Or you could even just use a magic marker and just do your outline lines and then paint over it with it. Whichever way you want to do it. But I just wanted to show you that this works really well to make it pretty. I think it looks really pretty with the metallic shine through it. And that's it. That's my first Instructable, so I hope you all enjoyed it, and I just wanted to pass on that to you because I thought, you know, so many people are making these tin can crafts that, you know, somebody might enjoy being able to color them this way. It's a lot easier than working with those magic markers because you can actually paint it and you have a little more control with the tinted paint like this. Well, have a nice day and then keep on crafting, people. Bye-bye.